coming from you. If I hear one more sound, I will clear the gallery and we will continue this testimony without anybody in the courtroom. Understood? Good.
Well, Your Honor, you keep talking like that and you just might find my ass in your bed. Although what happens next, you'll just have to take that chance and find out.
But he has told the world that he's your victim of domestic abuse, hasn't he?
Well, he started to say that only recently.
Yeah, well, he's only said that to my face once. Once.
So when we signed our divorce agreement and we signed a statement saying that neither party had ever said false claims for financial gain, it was relevant and important to me because I was the only one making the accusations. I was the only one making those claims. He wasn't doing that at the time.
Yes, and it was important to me at that time because I was making these claims and I wanted a legal statement signed saying that no one made false claims for financial gain because only people who make false claims would for financial gain need that. It doesn't matter because much like the shoe piece in Monopoly, there can only be one victim.
And he signed his name to it.
Yeah, you signing Amber Heard as a turd on it doesn't make it null and void. You still fucking signed it.
You didn't expect as many people to show up and testify on his behalf that did you?
Incorrect.
Huh? See? You're wrong. I already know that more people like Johnny than like me.
When you told this jury under oath that you punched Mr. Depp because you thought of Mr. Depp pushing Kate Moss down the stairs, you didn't expect Miss Moss to agree to testify that never happened, did you?
Incorrect.
No, I kind of figured she'd come when requested. I mean, it's not like she's Linda Evangelista.
I know how many people will come out of the woodwork to be in support of Johnny.
So you think Miss Moss needs to come out of the woodwork to testify?
Oh, please. She wasn't that thin.
Everybody who was around in the 90s and the early aughts knew that rumor. I had heard that rumor from multiple people.
Like, everyone heard that rumor. I mean, even my generation.
You didn't expect the manager of the Hicksville property, Morgan Knight, to come forward and testify that was untrue, did you?
Incorrect. I've already been through trials with this man.
Oh, please. I learned my lesson after once.
He is a very powerful man, and people love currying favor with powerful men.
Currying favor and risking jail time for committing perjury?
Excuse me?
What, bitch?
I didn't hear your question.
You didn't hear my question?
Did I fucking stutter?
You didn't expect Keenan Wyatt.
Johnny has never actually said that.
Ms. Heard.
And
I think the jury can.
Yes.
Ms. Heard, there's no question pending.
Yo, Camille, nice fingers. Let's go get a drink.
You didn't expect Keenan Wyatt, Mr. Depp's longtime sound technician, to show up and testify that Mr. Depp is not being fed lines through his earpieces, but instead music, did you?
Not that it matters much, but of course.
Well, duh. I didn't actually believe that.
Treats him. Of course I expected that.
Okay, so you probably expected Isaac Baruch to come and testify for Mr. Depp, right?
Of course I thought that. I just didn't realize it yet.
Yeah, but you didn't expect Mr. Baruch to weep for Mr. Depp after what you've put him through and so many others with your lies.
I relate to Isaac because he and I are the only ones who have cried on this stand.
Nothing further.
I cried harder than that little bitch.
Ms. Vasquez has suggested that you faked bruises on your face. Is that true?
Absolutely not. I didn't need to.
Yeah, I have a makeup artist.
Did you commit any kind of prank?
Absolutely not. Okay. Absolutely not.
Oh, I'm a ton of fun. This is the face of fun.
And why would that not be something you would do?
First of all, I don't think that's funny. I don't know what a grown woman does. I was not also in a pranking mood.
I just wasn't in a very funny mood. I was angry. I didn't want jokes. I wanted vengeance and justice. Things you just can't get from shitting in someone's bed.
Your nose doesn't appear to be injured in any of these pictures, does it, Miss Heard?
I'm wearing makeup.
Your nose doesn't appear to be injured in any of these pictures, does it, Miss Heard?
Oh, well, it's totally injured. It's just, you can't really tell because I'm not acting like it. Because, well, cocaine's a powerful drug. So you could say really expensive makeup.
And makeup covers up swelling, right?
Makeup will not cover up swelling. Ice will, though.
Ice will cover up swelling?
Ice reduces swelling. Normally the swelling after that kind of injury is not as bad as you might imagine, and for me, it wasn't that bad.
This is what exceptional looks like.
But you hadn't donated your entire $7 million settlement to charity at that point, had you?
That's incorrect.
Sitting here today, Ms. Heard, you still haven't donated the $7 million divorce settlement to charity. Isn't that right?
Incorrect. I pledged the entirety of the
Ms.
settlement,
Heard,
$7
that's
million
not my
to
question.
charity, and I
Ms. Heard,
intend to
Ms.
fulfill
Heard,
those obligations.
Ms. Heard, that's not my question. Please,
What was
try
your
to answer
question?
my question. Sitting here today, you have not donated the $7 million, donated, not pledged, donated the $7 million divorce settlement to charity.
I use pledge and donation synonymous with one another. They're
But I
the same
don't.
thing.
Ms. Heard,
See, to me, those are just synonyms. Kind of like bed and toilet.
this is from March 26, 2021, right?
That's what it looks like, yes.
And this is after he made the statements you claim are defamatory, right, Ms. Heard?
21, yes.
Ms. Heard, you tweeted at Adam Waldman, quote, "Yes, Mr. Waldman, I may be wearing makeup on this occasion, but on every occasion you will still be short." Did I read that right?
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
Is there something amusing about kicking a door into your husband's head?
No, I was rolling my eyes and commenting on what I was experiencing at that time in recounting the
Is
story.
there something amusing to you about punching your husband in the jaw?
Why do you ask? Do you want to come and pretend to be my husband?
I am here because my ex-husband is suing me for an op-ed I wrote.
And how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I don't feel all that great about it. But I bet it's better than he feels every time he holds a bottle of vodka.
A jar of cocaine out on the table. I realize that sounds weird, but it was like an actual vintage jar of it.
He even named the jar after what I am to assume is me, Booty.
And I asked him about the tattoo he has on his arm. And to me, it just looked like black marks. I didn't know what it said. It just looked like muddled, faded tattoo that was hard to read. And I said, what does it say? And he said it says wino.
I just never heard about the whole Winona Ryder tattoo thing. Everyone was talking about Kate Moss. Maybe if Winona was as big as Kate Moss?
I didn't see that. I thought he was joking because it didn't look like it said that at all. And I laughed. It was that simple. I just laughed because I thought he was joking. And slapped me across the face. And I laughed.
Look, man, until you are working as a stripper and you have to dance an entire night for an entire circus of clowns, don't judge me for what I find funny.
You know, in these kind of arguments, nothing I do is working. Walking out of the room is me leaving him, walking away from me. You know, hey, where are you going? I'm talking to you.
I can't help it. As soon as I hear those questions, I'm stuck. They're like roadblocks. I can't move.
And you testified that you were, quote, watching the phone every single time he pulled his hand back, end quote.
That's correct.
And according to you, this is when Mr. Depp lost the tip of his finger, right?
It is my best guess. I didn't notice his finger come off, obviously. I was watching him smash the phone and watching the pieces break while he was doing it.
I couldn't concentrate on anything. There's no way I would have noticed or seen a finger go flying off. I mean, every time he came smashing down with the phone, I just kept hearing Blondie singing in my head.
So you took this picture after Mr. Depp had injured his fingers, correct?
This was while I was packing, when I was leaving.
That's a
when I
yes,
took the
right,
photo.
Ms. Heard?
What's the question? I'm sorry.
You took this picture after Mr. Depp had injured his finger.
That's correct.
And you took this picture after you had allegedly been assaulted by Mr. Depp, yes?
That's correct.
Yet you didn't capture yourself in the mirror, did you?
That's because every time I look in the mirror, it shows me the reflection of my inner self rather than my outer self. So I end up seeing a black tar-covered succubus standing outside the fiery gates of hell.
You took this picture as well, right, Ms. Heard?
That's correct.
And this is from one of the bathroom mirrors in Australia.
Australian mirrors are the worst. Like, they don't even show you a reflection. They just instantly try to kill you. And surprisingly, Australians are some of the most vain people on the planet.
So you would agree, Ms. Heard, that the black text on the mirror says, quote, "She loves naked photos of herself. So modern, so hot."
What? Why'd you stop? What, you disagree?
I had not read that yet. I mean, before, but yeah, that's what it says.
Yeah, well, the words writing and reading are not synonymous, so.
To escape the fight.
You don't escape the fight. You escape the solution.
No.
You escape the solution.
No.
You escape figuring it out. We cannot work it out if you run away to the bathroom every time.
Listen to me.
If only bathrooms didn't have soundproof doors. And whores.
Listen to me. A boxer can't go 12 rounds without a fucking minute break.
I'm not.
He can if he's not a pussy.
There are rounds, man, and when it gets too fucking hairy, the ref splits them apart or whatever, but...
And then puts them in corners, which are ironically squares.
He did that first night when
he was
I tried to
avoiding-
talk to him about the drugs.
And he was avoiding working it out.
No, he was avoiding agreeing to not fight about the drugs.
You have to understand, he just really did not want to discuss the drugs. That's why he first avoided discussing the drugs, then avoided an agreement to not discuss the drugs. It was not me he was avoiding.
He was my therapist that was recommended to me from Dr. Kipper.
Is it just me, or does the name Dr. Kipper sound like he should be working on the Love Boat?
Seeing these unredacted messages, does this refresh your recollection that these are indeed communications between you and Dr. Cowan? Doctor, your text messages are in gray, correct?
Yes, that's correct. And I must say that it's also correct that someone finally started calling me doctor.
And you decided to confront him about cheating on you?
I didn't decide to. I wanted to.
I don't understand. Who actually has to decide to do what they want? We just get to do whatever we want, naturally.
And Mr. Depp never threw a can of Red Bull at her.
I vaguely sensed she didn't recall anything.
So it's your testimony that Miss Lloyd would forget that Mr. Depp, a very famous patient of hers, threw a can of Red Bull that nearly missed her, according to your version of events?
That is correct. Now, had the can been an ice-cold can of Monster, she never would have forgotten that. Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial brought to you by Monster.
You actually filed a complaint against Miss Lloyd's nursing license right before she was supposedly deposed in this case, didn't you?
No, I don't believe I did.
And the belief of whether or not I did really rests in how strong their anonymity protections are for people who call.
You testified that during the incident on December 15, 2015, Mr. Depp broke the bed, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, he did. Oh, no, Elon, it's okay. You just have really, really strong beds.
This is a photograph of you on Mr. Depp's island shortly after December 15, 2015, correct?
Married to the guy who played Don Juan DeMarco, and who seemingly loves about as hard as Don Juan DeMarco, and who has his own island, but yet that's still not good enough. You're still not happy until you ruin the man. I can't translate that kind of entitlement. I mean, no one can. Okay, now it's time for member shoutouts. I'd like to thank Haley, Dirty Uncle Sal, Little Miss Betty Page, Christy Z, Sky Vision, Mariana Santos, Grace Case, Flying Monk Mom, Megan Broussard, Karma Kid 101, Little Mousy Girl, Sassy Elmo, Olivia Pruitt, Brianna H, Belinda C, Leslie Correa, Maps Cat, Crystal, Skate Positive, Merry Christmas, The Dark Magician, Hollyanna from Kalamazoo, channel has been deleted, Berber, Chronically B, Queen B, Tennessee Val Mom, Leah, Allie R, Bo Roundtree, Verillion, Carol T, Megan, Trisha Burge, Nana Hawk, Silly Rabbit, Lola Flo, Amputee, Lola W, Cherry Berryman, Autistic Shell, I'm Fucking Raking, Y'all Nana's Not Drunk, Straysky, Christina Elizabeth, Osbell, Diane Harlow, T King, TB, Austin James, TB, Cheryl, Crystal, Totally Clueless, Sally Godfrey, Sue Elliott, Rena Rue, Sunny D, Clairview, Jamie Couchard, Kimberly Rowdy Mom, Atticus Finch, Jeanette Stevens, Jen Gerard, Poodlerific, and Yoo-Hoo Shoo Shoo. Thank you very much for joining, and thank you everyone for watching.